It's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Matthews, no good. Puts up the baby hook, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. The Rockets shoot their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. Houston with a big group substitution here. Howard's checked in for Capella. Smith comes in for Brewer. Mr. Clutch is checked in for James Harden. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Nowitzki comes in for Wesley Matthews. Garrett Temple is checked in for Harris. And it's Williams in for J.J. Barea. Motiejunas and Howard the post pair. Mr. Clutch out there with Lawson. And it's Smith in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. It's tipped. They double team Nowitzki. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To stop the run. Dallas no good that time either.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Here's Mr. Clutch, covered by Parsons. Here's Mr. Clutch, and that one is stuffed right through.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by.
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it, you can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
Pass to Motiejunas. Houston moving the ball around. Shot's good for Mr. Clutch.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And Temple kicks to Williams. There's the feed to Temple. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Mr. Clutch. And another 3 for Houston.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Williams against Lawson. Outside Williams. Lets it fly. Can't get it to go. Good D by Lawson. Rockets leading by 19. Here's Mr. Clutch. And the shot is good. Mr. Clutch has got 38 points.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Nobody near Parsons. Dallas no good that time either.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Mavericks with the rebound. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was
Almost a circus-like dunk.
Houston making some changes. Capella's checked in, and Corey Brewer's subbed in for Smith. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. And through the first half.
Kevin, we just witnessed what was an amazing offensive display from this guy in the first half. Where did that scoring explosion come from?
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Always. And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay.
Went to the windmill dunk to turn this place on its head. I love it.
Yeah, this crowd is stunned.
That's as electric a finish as you're going to see.
Now here's Williams. He's tightly guarded. Floats one, and it's sent back by Howard. Fast break, here we go. Brewer slams it home.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here. Well, that's a great pass by Darren Williams.
Houston's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Williams. And again, it goes in for him. Good shot from Mr. Clutch.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. In the corner, Harden. Off target from three-point range. Dallas shooting reasonably well, 45%. Matthews with it. Now guarded by Mr. Clutch. Now here's Parsons. Tight defense on him. And the basket good. Parsons got 8 points.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Pachulia covering. And it's no mistake on the slam dunk. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't
come
remember
on.
ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I
I
saw
tell
it.
you what, fella, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
Here's the break, and here they go. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got 8 points.
It's pretty simple, guys. It's not complicated. The solution to ending this run will be to get back and actually be serious about playing some defense here.
Yeah, they're getting beat down the floor, and really, unless you're going to the glass, you have got to sprint back defensively.
He rifled that one in from distance. Mr. Clutch has got 53.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run, passing it with purpose. He hasn't been able to keep up.
And the foul called on Freak. That'll be his second foul of the game. Monty Eunice is checked in for Brewer. Garrett Temple is checked in for Dallas. Down low, but shooting. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and it's Patrick Beverly in for Josh Smith. And then for Dallas, JaVale McGee's checked in for Nowitzki. Harris comes in for Chandler Parsons. And Correa subbed in for Darren Williams.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Barea, defended by Beverly.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
The shot's good for Mr. Clutch.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
It's stolen by Harris. Fast break, Dallas. Barea kicks to Temple. From the line. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Here's the screen. Barea dishes to Pachulia. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Pachulia's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Over to the wing. Here's Temple. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
Assist from J.J. Barea.
6 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. 2 on the clock. And he takes that one up and powers it through. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Subs making some changes. Corey Brewer's checked in for Decker, and it's Mr. Clutch in for Ty Lawson. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Mavericks. Williams comes in for Anderson. Mr. Clutch in at shooting guard. Harrell is out there with Motiejunas. Then there's Brewer, and it's Napier in at the 1. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Just 3 to shoot. Goes up to the stripe. Temple can't get it to go.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat.
Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Williams. The shot's good from Mr. Clutch.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
They're down right now, trying to stay in the game with the 3-ball. They've shot a lot more here in the second half than they did in the first half. And I'm not sure I agree with that strategy.
That's good. 65 points for Freak.
Fellas, that's been a go-to shot for him today.
Yeah, and they found that sweet spot in the defense. And it's right between the paint and the three-point line. And boy, have they been rock solid.
Nowitzki right side. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just purely flawless as a ball securer. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
Dallas making a switch here. Larkin's checked in. Here's Mr. Clutch. And he uses the glass on the lane. Mr. Clutch has got 6 here in this quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Rockets.
But Steve, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment to.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
And they're going to get the second game between these two clubs just like they took the first. This will put them up 2-0 with 2 games left to play in their season series against the Mavericks.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Mr. Clutch. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team. Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And he drops in the way up off the glass.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
And just miss after miss right now. And so it's Houston with it. Oh. Range on that shot. That's amazing. Knocks it loose. From deep. Misses the shot. So we see the Rockets taking the...
Dwight coming.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player Freak. An absolutely astounding and historic